YouTube, what is going on? Comix here, coming back at you guys with another comic book pickups. I think like number 34 or something like that. And let me tell you, today is my biggest comic book haul ever. And I don't mean, well, let me just show you. Here's all the comic books that I got this week. We got these and these. So this is probably going to end up becoming a two-part comic haul. I'm probably going to just do one of these piles and then do the other pile in another pickups video probably later this week. We'll see how far I get in this video, but I figured if I do both of these piles, it's going to end up being a really long video, and I really want to do that. So also, if I sound a little weird or I'm a little quiet, it's because I've kind of lost my voice a little bit. I've been a little bit sick the last couple of days. Not COVID or anything like that, just a couple day head cold type of thing. So if I'm a little low energy, that is why I'm not feeling great. But I did take some medication about 30 minutes ago, and I think it's kicking in because I'm definitely starting to feel better. So, but anyway, I'm not going to ramble at all. I'm just going to dive into these books. The reason I have so many this week is because I really bought a lot of back issues. So like a lot of really cheap books. Because I really was going for bulk. I was going for quantity and quality. They're still really cool books, but as you guys know, I've really been trying to expand my back issue collection and get some new series, so that's kind of what I did this week, was really diving into those. But before we dive into the back issues, we got to talk about the new books this week, which I have a few. So we're going to dive into those first. Let me just move some of these stacks out of the way here. Alright. So, first book I picked up this week is Spawn, number 334. I can't really talk about this much because I did not read it. I am intending to keep picking up Spawn. I just think it's a really cool comic book that I would like to collect more of. As you guys saw a couple weeks ago, I picked up Spawn number 1. But I actually kind of want to read it from the beginning. So I decided I'm just going to start picking up the books and not reading them, and then read from the beginning. And whenever I get caught up, then I'll be able to read these that I have and get caught up there. But I really just like picking them up. I just really love the art, and I just think they're a really cool comic series. So I have not started reading those yet, because I know I would be completely lost if I did. But next up, we got Wonder Woman 792. This is seemingly the conclusion of this like two-part storyline that I've started picking up Wonder Woman with. Not my favorite. The art isn't my favorite art style, and the story seemed pretty two-dimensional. I'm still going to give it a little while yet, because I feel like, I can't judge it off of just 2 books. These were obviously kind of filler stories, so I'm going to keep picking it up, and hopefully it'll get better. But I do really like Wonder Woman as a character, so definitely going to keep picking that up, but wasn't too wowed by that issue specifically. Next up, we got a book I was actually really looking forward to. The Batman and Scooby-Doo Mysteries, 1 of 12. Apparently this is the Batman and Scooby-Doo Mysteries Volume 2, 1 of 12. Apparently they've done this before, and I had no idea. But when I saw they were doing a Batman and Scooby-Doo crossover, I was immediately on board. And it was a lot of fun. It really just jumped right into it. Like, there was no setup. It just kind of started in the middle of everything happening. I will say, reading Scooby-Doo's dialogue is a lot more annoying than listening to Scooby-Doo's dialogue. Like, I don't mind the voice in the cartoon, but when you're reading it, it's like a little bit harder. But it's good fun. It's 1 of 12. It's gonna be a limited series, so I'll probably pick up all 12 just because it's a fun read. Something goofy to lighten the mood. Next up, we have All Out Avengers number 2. This is, of course, the new Avengers series. Being written with the intent of recapturing that back issue magic, where it kind of starts right in the middle of a story and it's action-packed and gives you all of that. So I really like that concept, and I will say I really enjoyed this book. I do think it's fun. It's just a one-off story. You don't have to have read previous issues. This is a book that if this keeps running, you could start picking it up at All Out Avengers 26 and not be worried about it, because you don't care about what the previous issues were. They're all one-offs. I would like to see them take this same formula. I would like to see them take this same formula and put it into a new Marvel team-up, type book. Basically, they tried doing that Marvel team up a few years ago, but it was like instead of Spider-Man being in every team up, it was Miss Marvel in every team up, and I don't really care about that character, and I'm pretty sure that series didn't last very long. They should do a Marvel team up that doesn't have Spider-Man in every team up, doesn't have Miss Marvel in every team up, like it's actually a different team up every time, and they should write it in this format where it's just kind of like starts in the middle of the story, and it's all one-offs. There's no multi-issue storylines. It's fun. I don't know. It's definitely different, but you don't... knowing what it is, you go into it with that expectation, it's very enjoyable. You're not going into it, like, looking for super deep emotional storytelling. You're just looking for fun comic book adventure, and this definitely delivered that. So, I highly recommend it, honestly. If you're just looking for a more casual, more fun comic book, or, like, if you're new to comics, I think it would be a good pickup. But... I doubt you're watching this video if you're new to comics, so. Next up, we have Superman, Son of Kal-El, number 16. This is the first issue that I've picked up in this series. I don't know if I intend to actually pick up this series. The only reason I got it is because it's the continuation of the storyline happening in Action Comics, and I wanted to start picking that up. So that's why I picked this book up, but it actually was not bad. I did not mind it. I thought the art was pretty good, the writing was pretty good. It wasn't really a continuation of the Action Comics story, though. It was kind of its own thing, and that's fine. But I'm going to keep picking it up for the next few issues, so that I have the full Kal-El returns storyline. And then if at that point I want to, I might keep picking up the book. Not sure. But, yeah. Next up, another book I can't really talk about much. We have Ghost Rider number 7. I have not read this yet because I wanted to read the first 5 issues. As you guys saw a few weeks ago, I picked up issue 6, which was the first issue I picked up in the series, and then I'll actually show you very soon in my pickups. I actually ordered Ghost Rider 1 through 5, so I haven't read them yet. Once I read those, then I'll reread 6 and read this number 7. So I haven't read it yet, but I'm very excited that we have a new Ghost Rider series coming out because Ghost Rider is a really cool character and he deserves his own series at all times. Next up, we have Venom number 11, Legacy 211. This is the beginning of a new storyline, although it's really not. This whole entire series has all been one big storyline, but this is the new kind of volume, I guess. Venom World Part 1. And I will say that it was about as good as every other issue in this series, which is pretty mid. Continues to be Brian Hitch's art on every single issue. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I do not like Brian Hitch's art. So no disrespect to the man. You know, I'm sure he is a hardworking, clearly talented, clearly very skilled artist. I don't want to take anything away from that. But just style-wise, it is not my preference for a Venom book. I feel like the bar was set really high with artists like Ryan Stegman, whose art is so dynamic and flavorful. And then you have Brian Hitch's art, which, in my opinion, is just very two-dimensional, very bland. I think the colors, too, which I know that's not Hitch, but the colors are very bleh. And it just doesn't hit for me. It doesn't hit for me. The story itself, Al Ewing's, or this says Ram V. Did Ram V write this one? I'm going to confirm. It's been Al Ewing, but maybe this issue is not. Writer, Ram V. Interesting. Well, either way, the story didn't do anything for me. I don't like what they're doing with it. They're just making it so convoluted for no reason whatsoever. I don't know. I'm gonna keep picking it up because it's Venom. It's one of those series that I'm never gonna drop, but I really hope it gets better soon, because I really want a good Venom run, and this just isn't it. Speaking of bad runs, next book is The Amazing Spider-Man number 11. The Return of the Hobgoblin. But which one? This book sucked, just like every other issue in this run. The only positive I can say about this book is that it seems like Peter Parker and Black Cat might get back together. Now, I say that's a positive, but it's a positive with a caveat, because as you guys know, I would obviously prefer Peter and Mary Jane to get back together, but I have said before that Black Cat is a close second. I do like Peter and Black Cat's relationship. I just think it's dumb for him to be with anyone other than Mary Jane, but if that's not going to happen, at least maybe Black Cat can happen. Yeah, no, this book sucked. It was all over the place. Story made no... Well, it didn't make no sense. It was just... It was jumbled. It just... It's bad. I don't know. I can only talk about this new run so much. I mean, it's not good. It's not good. There's not much else I can say. It's not good. Moving on. Those are all of my new books from this week. Now I have a few new books that I caught up on. As I mentioned earlier, I picked up Ghost Rider number 1, as well as Ghost Rider number 2, number 3, number 4, and number 5. I love all of these covers. They look phenomenal. I will say, you guys know I love this title from the Volume 2 series run. I do not like when they do it this way. It's way too small. It just looks really weird on the cover. Yeah, haven't read these yet, so I'm looking forward to reading these and getting caught up on the Ghost Rider series. Now, one thing, maybe someone in the comments can explain this for me. I guess they made a mistake with the legacy numbering, because if you look at the legacy numbers of all these books, issue 1 is Legacy 247. Issue 2 is Legacy 248. But then, you go to issue 3, it's Legacy 246. 4 is 247, 5 is 248. So, issue 7 that came out recently was Legacy 250. So, did they just, mess up the legacy numbering? Did they start the series at 247 and then a couple issues in be like, oh, shoot, it was supposed to be 244, and then adjust accordingly? And I haven't seen anything of them, publicly stating, oh, hey, by the way, these are wrong. So that's interesting. I noticed that, and I just thought that was weird. But anyway, another book that I wanted to catch up on, aside from Ghost Rider, was Strange. A few months ago when it first came out, I did pick up Strange number 1, and I fully intended to pick up more of the book, but my comic store sold out of Strange 2. I wasn't able to find it. I didn't order it online, and then I just ended up falling behind, and I just stopped picking it up. But recently I was like, you know what? No, I do want to be picking up Strange, so I wanted to get caught up. So I got Strange number 2, Strange number 3, number 4, Moon Knight cover, very cool, number 5, and then the most recent issue, number 6. So with that, haven't read them yet, but after I read those, then I'll be fully caught up on Strange and be able to pick up the upcoming issues. And I'm pretty sure Steven is about to come back, so see what happens with that. But I'm kind of open to the idea of Clea as Sorcerer Spearman. I think that seems really cool. So, but that is all my modern books that I picked up. So I'm going to get this stack out of the way here. Now let's dive into the back issues. Now this first back issue is kind of a random one, but I saw it on eBay. I thought it was cool. I wanted to pick it up. This is a DC Silver Age book. It is The Brave and the Bold, number 56, featuring The Flash and the Manhunter from Mars, also known as Martian Manhunter. These are two characters that I have not really collected much of. I don't have any flashback issues. I definitely don't have any Martian Manhunter back issues. But they're two characters that I do think are really cool. And so I wanted to pick it up. I don't know. I don't know if this is the beginning of a collection. I don't know if I'll start picking up more Flash or more Martian Manhunter. I don't know. But I wanted to get this one. It'll go in the miscellaneous section for now, and we'll see how I feel about it going forward. But it's a cool book. It's a cool book. Simply that. Next up, we've got some Copper Age back issues. We got Spider-Man number 22, Revenge of the Sinister Six Part 5. Obviously, been trying to get the whole Revenge of the Sinister Six storyline, but love this cover. We got Hulk and Ghost Rider there, two characters I've been very much into lately, so definitely wanted to pick that one up. Next up, we got another Silver Surfer book, adding to that growing collection. Love this cover. We have Silver Surfer number 50. The title and Silver Surfer are both like this metallic silver. You got the Thanos in the background. It's just an awesome cover. I love this cover. It looks really nice. I got it in Mylar because it just really reflects the light even better. It's amazing. Amazing cover. Love that book. Moving along, we got Doctor Strange, Sorcerer Supreme, issue number 23. Featuring Clea on the cover there. As I've been picking up more Doctor Strange back issues, I've been wanting to get more books with Clea. Obviously, she's in Strange, the new series, and she just appeared in the MCU in Multiverse of Madness, so wanted to know more about her character before she has more appearance in the movies. Very excited about Charlize Theron playing her. I think Charlize Theron is great, so that's going to be awesome. And then another Doctor Strange book I picked up. This is actually my first Silver Age Doctor Strange book. I think I have a couple more on the way, but this one arrived. This is Strange Tales 154 with Nick Fury and Doctor Strange, and he has this Grim Reaper-looking like hooded figure, and it says "Clea must die." So I did not realize that Clea was around in the Silver Age. I thought she came around much, much later. But apparently she was in the books from almost the beginning. So it's very interesting. I definitely want to get more Silver Age Doctor Strange. So Strange Tales and then also his individual series. But I had to start somewhere, and this book was where I decided to start. Awesome pickup. Moving along. Now we have mostly just series where I picked a series that I wanted more back issues of and then got a bunch of those. So starting off with Captain America. I used to get Captain America back issues when I was a kid, so I'm kind of rechanneling that nostalgia, so I wanted to get some more. This first one I got is issue 415 with Black Panther on the cover there, and Khazar, I think that his name is. But very cool. I like this title. It's a lot better than the one, which I'll get to in a little bit as you go back in the Copper Age. They had a really bad title for a while, but it's alright. Then we got 396 featuring Jack-O-Lantern, a really cool character featured very prominently in Rick Remender's Venom run. It's also funny, you have this character in the back, Blackwing, which is a very, very obvious Batman clone. It's kind of hard to pull that one off, but they tried. Then we have 395 featuring Thor. Obviously had to pick that up. Crossover between Captain America and Thor. That's a good team up right there. Then we got 394 featuring The Last Laugh Belongs to Red Skull. Looks like a potential Red Skull death, although I know there was an issue before this that was the death of Red Skull. So maybe he died again or something else going on here. But I just thought this was a really cool cover. Obviously, if it's a Captain America book and it has Red Skull in it, you gotta pick it up. That's like a Green Goblin Spider-Man issue or a Loki Thor issue. You know, you just gotta pick those books up. So then we have 387, At the Mercy of Modom. The female MODOK. I'm pretty sure that's who Modom is, but I really like MODOK as a character, so I saw this, wanted to pick it up. Then we have 384, Attack of the Ice Worm. This just feels very Magic the Gathering, I don't know why. It's also featuring what looks like Iceman, but just the idea of an ice worm just feels like a creature you would play in Magic, so I wanted to pick that up. Now this next book, I don't even know if I should have a trigger warning for this or what, but I bought this book because, one, the cover is very beautiful art, but two, it features something that I don't think you would see on a comic book today, and this is Captain America 231, If America Should Die, featuring a burning cross and a bunch of people hailing Hitler. Obviously, that's why I said kind of potential trigger warning, because that's just that's a lot, you know. It's very cool. I mean, you get to see Captain America standing up against them, so I think that's really awesome, but I just don't think you would see this in comics that much nowadays, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. I think we don't need to see that in comics nowadays, but it's just something cool that I saw in this book from 1978. I was just like, wow, that caught me off guard, and I wanted to add it to the collection. So, speaking of things catching me off guard, this next book is Captain America and the Falcon, 222, featuring Captain America fighting the monument of Abe Lincoln. I don't know what exactly goes down in this book. I did not read it, but the cover shows the statue of Abe Lincoln attacking Captain America. I thought that was hilarious. So obviously I had to pick that up because that's hilarious. We can all agree that's hilarious. Then next up we have issue 212, again featuring Red Skull. So back to my logic before, you see a Captain America book with Red Skull, you gotta pick it up. This is one of those books. And then we got issue 203. Bought this one because it's absolutely hilarious. It is War in an Alien Dimension, featuring Cap and Falcon fighting alongside this cowboy with a revolver with a bunch of aliens, and it says Alamo 2. That sounds amazing. I would love to see that made as like a really corny, low-budget movie. That sounds hilarious. But knew I had to pick that book. I was like, that's so funny. I need that in my collection right now. So that is all the Captain America books that I picked up. Moving on now to another series that I have picked up back issues from recently. That is The Incredible Hulk. Got quite a few Hulk books, spanning a little bit further back. So last time I picked up Hulk books, it was mostly from that like Copper Age, late 80s, early 90s that I love so much. I have a few books from that as well, but this time I tried to really dive into the Bronze Age and go back a little bit, and also creeping towards the Silver Age, which we'll get there in a second. So first we have Incredible Hulk 359, featuring Abomination, Wolverine, The Thing. This is a Gray Hulk issue, which I think is really, really cool. So love that book. We got Incredible Hulk 350, featuring Doctor Doom and the Hulk facing off against The Thing. Awesome cover. Got this one in Mylar because I really wanted to show off that art because that cover is just so, so cool. Then we have issue 335, featuring, again, Gray Hulk. This time he's holding this woman. There's a guy in the background, and I just really want to spotlight Hulk's haircut because that is atrocious. But I don't know. I just really like the art on this cover. I think the way Hulk looks is very cool, and then I do think the art of the woman is actually very well drawn, so I think it's a really cool cover. Continuing on, though, we have issue 314, featuring the Leader, Rhino, Abomination, Juggernaut, MODOK, all of these awesome characters. Just thought that was a really cool cover, and wanted that. Then we have issue 302, featuring not the Black Knight, but a Knight, which, you know, I love swords and sorcery and fantasy, so when I saw this cover and knew I had to pick that up, it's Hulk getting hit with a jousting stick by this knight on a horse. You got skulls on spikes down here. Really, really, really cool cover. And I really love the way that Hulk is drawn. I think this artist did a really good job. Then we have Incredible Hulk 270, featuring Hulk in space, which is super cool. This is actually the issue before the first appearance of Rocket Raccoon. His first appearance is in 271. So I thought that was interesting. It's funny how many characters have first appeared in Hulk comics that you wouldn't expect. Like Rocket Raccoon, Wolverine, like it's just weird, but I don't know. Moving on, we got issue 231. Another really awesome cover. You have Hulk busting through this wall at what looks like a bar. Everyone panic in the night. Super cool. Love that. Then we have issue 195, featuring Abomination and Hulk fighting on a roller coaster. Back to the logic with Cap and Red Skull. You see Abomination on a Hulk comic, you got to pick it up. You will see him a few more times throughout the rest of these books. Really awesome Hulk villain. Loved him in the Incredible Hulk movie. Not so much in She-Hulk, but whatever. Moving on, we got 175. The Hulk battles the Uncanny Inhumans, featuring Black Bolt on the cover. You guys know I love Black Bolt. I think he's super cool. So Hulk versus Black Bolt is a fight that I definitely want to see. Awesome. Just awesome. Then we have 171, again featuring Abomination and the Rhino, which, as you guys know, a while ago I picked up Hulk 104, which is Hulk versus Rhino. I love that Rhino kind of became a bit of a Hulk villain, and so he's in a few of these books, and this cover is just awesome. It's Hulk on a beach with Abomination and Rhino coming from both sides. Very cool. Then we have 167, featuring MODOK. 158, again, featuring Rhino. And 157, also featuring Rhino. Love this cover. You got Hulk holding this hurt kid, basically trying to protect him, and then Rhino charging at him from behind. The Rage of the Rhino. Really, really cool cover there. And the last Hulk book that I picked up, and probably the last book for this video, is a Silver Age book. It is the Incredible Hulk 115. And what an awesome cover. Obviously, the leader, huge Hulk villain, about to be coming in the MCU. Very, very exciting. And I just love this cover. I love the title text. It's the same title that they end up using later in the Copper Age, which I like so much, right there. So it's on some of the Silver Age books, and I just think it looks so good. I love the like brick Hulk. I think it looks really, really cool. But that's gonna do it for this video. I think I'm gonna save the rest of the books for part 2, or rather, it'll be like episode 35 or whatever. That'll probably come out within the next couple of days. Ideally, maybe like 2-3 days. And we have a lot of books left to go through. So we have some Avengers. We have a lot of DC back issues in here. Fantastic Four. You're not going to want to miss it. You're definitely going to want to see that video. So if you're not already, hit that subscribe button and you'll see that video as soon as it drops. Otherwise, if you did enjoy this video, make sure you hit that like button. And comment your thoughts down below. I try to read every single comment, but I'm going to quit rambling because this video has definitely already been long enough as it is. So I will see you guys in the next couple of days with another comic pickups continuing this haul. But in the meantime, I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.